Alright, so in the last video, we saw a little bit about how you can speak fluently in English. I guess this is a remaining part of that particular video. So there are certain aspects such as pronunciation, intonation, diction, stress. What are they? To be fluent in English or to be a native speaker, you have to maintain all these properly. Let's speak about stress. Is it food or food? Is it furniture or furniture? Is it surgeon or surgeon? These are certain words and you might have understood where you have to impose your stress. Now let's have a look at addiction. What do you mean by addiction? There are certain plosive sounds at a time. Computer. Those words, for example, P, T, K. All these are plosive sounds. So it has an importance in addiction. Intonation. What do you want? It's a rising tone. I want nothing. It's a falling tone. So these are called as intonation. Whenever you're speaking, if you speak with correct diction, stress, pronunciation, and intonation, obviously your speaking is going to be great. I want his money, come what may, by any hook or crook. So these are some aspects that you have to keep in your mind when you're speaking properly. And of course, you can speak fluently if you're just having all these aspects in your mind. Let me just ask you something. If you want to speak English fluently, what exactly you have to do? You have to be a good listener. You have to be an active listener. Of course, that is good listener. You have to pay attention to what people are speaking or how people are speaking. You have to be mindful of them. That's one thing. And apart from that, I want to ask you something. Whenever you are speaking, no matter what it is, however you are speaking, it doesn't make any difference unless you're ready to correct yourself. Because of course, English language, it's not only about English language, we all are fallible, right? With repetitive improvement or the urge to improve, we can speak English properly. Well, of course, it is like that. Why? Because English is a confusing language, not just because it is English, I'm saying, but still. It's unphonetic. At times, its grammar is confusing. You do not know how to pronounce it properly. You do not know how to say. Pronunciation is having a very good role. And apart from that, there are certain aspects that is just beyond understanding. But if you pay a little more attention, if you pay close attention, not a little more, a close attention to what you are speaking, of course, you can excel. Though it's a global language, you can play your own part in it. Yes, it doesn't mean that you are totally away from this particular language. Spend a little bit time. Try to understand its subtle aspects and nuances. Of course, you will be a bright person in speaking English, just like the natives. It's not a big deal at all. Though English is a confusing language, as I have explained to you earlier, it's unphonetic, the spelling, grammar, pronunciation, everything is a little bit complicated. But if you're going to put your particular efforts, complete focus on understanding its minute aspects, of course you can excel in this language. It is not at all a big deal. You can, of course, become one of the best speakers of this language.